Cronkite News brings you access across Arizona.
To some, it may just look like a plot of dirt, but to others, it's an eternal resting place. Tracing Arizona's history can be difficult, but one organization is helping modernize the past. As part of our Access Across Arizona project, we're traveling to every county in the state to bring you often untold stories. Tonight, we head to Gila County in the city of Globe, where some volunteers are working to preserve a piece of our state's history. Reporter Colton Krolak joins us now live from Globe. Colton?
That's right. Cronkite reporter Lacey Darrow and I traveled to Globe, Arizona, here in Gila County, to track down those who are dedicated to preserving Arizona history. But it's not the typical historic sites they're worried about preserving, it's grave sites. These mounds represent lives of Globe residents who have helped settle this area as far back as the 1800s. The Globe, Arizona Cemetery has several thousand plots, but many of the families of the deceased have long moved away. That's where FindAGrave.com comes in.
FindAGrave is a resource or a service to people who do not live necessarily in this area, who want to obtain a picture or a location for a loved one.
Anyone looking for information regarding a relative can log on to the site and do a search. Volunteers like Joe Scammell and Leanne Powers have spent countless hours walking the cemetery, taking photos of the memorials, and uploading them to the site so that families of the deceased can see the memorial without having to travel to the remote area.
As a legacy of our history, our Arizona history, of our Globe history, it's important to remember these people and to try to get the information as accurate as we can.
But over the decades, many of the markers indicating who lies below have become weathered, vandalized, or simply did not exist in the first place.
But we know that there's somebody buried there. We just can't tell you who.
During the time periods that a lot of these people were buried was late 1800s, early 1900s. People were very poor, and there are a great many of those graves, and graves of children and babies. They didn't have the money to put markers on there.
Together, using newspapers, the internet, and other historical items, the volunteers try to identify the individual in every plot of the cemetery. They also receive requests from families who are looking for a long-lost loved one. Sometimes, they're able to send them a picture of the memorial.
There's Bill Green! There he is! We're looking for him!
Other times, they simply cannot be found.
We'll give that 110% to find the monument, but we can't expend a tremendous amount of time on one individual as much as we'd like to.
Either way, the volunteers are doing their best to preserve a small piece of Arizona history.
We're making a difference. We feel like we're making a difference.
Now, we got to see firsthand how hard these two work. And while we were filming, Leanne and Joe actually found where the grave was of a baby they had been looking for. Live in Globe, Colton Krolak, Cronkite News.